Hey guys, I'm Brianna.
And I'm Tyler.
And this
is TBH Plant-Based Reviews.
We wanted to do this video to kind of welcome you guys to the channel and give you an insider scoop on what the channel is and what we're going to be doing, why we made it, etc.
So we started our adventure down being vegetarian about a year ago. We used to do just Meatless Mondays.
Yeah, and then when we started doing Meatless Mondays, it turned into a couple days a week because it was just cheaper and we were on a very strict budget, getting out of debt at the time. And then we got it down to we were eating 3 meals per week.
Yep.
A 5-day week normally for our work. And when we ate meat, any meat really, especially processed meat, I remember the Jane's chicken nuggets.
That was horrible.
The worst.
Yeah.
That was one of the last processed meats we ever had. But when we ate it, we felt horrible.
Very bad, yeah. We felt like our bodies just were not wanting that anymore, so we just followed what our bodies were saying. We started eating a lot more of a plant-based diet, at least 5 days a week. We started just having meat once a week, and then every time we would actually eat meat once a week, we'd feel groggy and just crappy. Our stomachs would hurt, and we didn't like the side effects, so we just finally switched to full vegetarian.
Yeah, and we've been vegetarian since. When did we come back? After April?
Yeah, it was about after April. We got back from Mexico trip.
Yeah, so the end of April, I would say, is when we started full vegetarian. We were doing the whole thing before that, like said, but we went and it was an all-inclusive Mexico vacation, which was beautiful and wonderful. But the food quality, it was good, and the vegetables that were there were decent, but there wasn't just plant-based whole meals, so we were eating meat for vacation. We felt horrible.
Yeah, it was not a really good experience. I mean, I think it was that and just foreign foods altogether really just sealed the deal, and that's really when we switched, was late April, May, when we got back. Finally did the full transition, got our act together, and have been eating vegetarian meals ever since.
Yeah, and we actually started. We don't really buy eggs or cheese, really, so we kind of eat a lot more vegan.
Yeah.
Or not even, because we do, it depends.
Yeah.
So we don't typically buy cheese or eggs currently, but when we're out and about, it's harder to eat, so we do occasionally eat dairy and eggs, and we replace. This is Sam Squanch.
He's going to be a little co-star in the show. He has attachment issues, and he absolutely needs to be held probably 95% of the time.
He's very loving, as you can see.
And it also really helps that I'm lactose intolerant. So every time, even if I eat a Hershey, a little piece of Hershey chocolate or something, my stomach will just flip without taking a lactose pill. So I just pretty much eat as clean as I can. Forcibly, and I feel so much better.
Yeah.
So this channel is really just culminating we're going to be just testing out all the recipes that we find online every day, every week, because we set our meal plan every Sunday. So we're going to be bringing these to you, so that way you know what these recipes have in store, what the flavors are like, the rating that we're going to give them, and if we recommend them to other people.
And the reason why we wanted to do this channel is because when you start a new diet or anything, you start switching up, you can't eat something, you have to replace it with something else. You have to test out stuff, and it takes a long time to get into something. And if you like baked beans, for instance, or whatever your favorite recipe is, it takes a little while and a few recipes to even find one that you like, and even then sometimes you have to tweak it to your likeness.
Yeah, to your liking. I mean,
your liking.
Every time we see cook onions for 2 minutes, well, we don't like our onions just cooked for 2 minutes, and we'll probably make those notes in the video saying, Brianna doesn't really like raw onions, so we're gonna caramelize them just a little bit longer than a recipe would call for, unless if they're called for caramelized onions, of course. Just little tweaks like that. Maybe adding a little bit of onion and garlic powder to certain things.
Yeah.
But again, those will be listed down below of like, this is our additions that we would add to the recipe. But we're going to try to keep each recipe in its purest form, so that way you guys see our reaction to it, how we're liking it, and how we're going to recommend it to you.
Yeah, and we also want to portray that it's not hard to eat vegetarian or vegan, and you can eat tons of stuff. We don't eat just salad, and we do get plenty of protein. If you want rants and information on that, please do your own research, but just so you know, we get protein, and we eat like kings and queens.
Yeah, we eat a lot better. When we used to live in Los Angeles just 2-3 years ago, I mean, we lived right around the corner from a market, and it used to be a really nice butcher, so we just, I mean, like, probably 2 to 3 times a week we'd be eating steak. You know, we were just like real heavy meats, a lot of red meat, a lot of In-N-Out.
Yeah.
I kind of miss In-N-Out.
Ooh, In-N-Out burger. God.
We'll try to make an In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Obviously vegetarian and vegan.
Yeah. And of course you can always, if meat eaters alike, I mean, put some chicken in there, put some beef if you don't want to make it vegan or vegetarian. I mean, we don't want to exclude anyone.
Yeah.
I don't care what you guys eat. I just want to give you good recipes and tell you if it's good and tell you if it's not good, because you know, if you have to go out and buy ingredients for a recipe, what's the point in doing that if it's not good or it's not going to taste good?
Especially if you're meal planning, because if you're planning to have this meal, like we do one meal and we'll split it up into 4 lunches, let's say. Well, then you're stuck with a meal that you don't like 4 times, or 2 times each a week, and it just kind of gets sickening. And we feel like this is going to be a really great outlet for you guys to explore new options, different recipes. Maybe you have never had an Indian dish, or something Italian, or a Mexican infused type of dish, and we're going to try to bring just different
American.
That girl's named Debbie too.
And there's tons of food bloggers and YouTubers like Hot for Food, Minimalist Baker, Maddie. I watch Maddie. Tons of people.
Yeah. Can't even think of the ones to name because there's so many.
Yeah, there's so many, and they're constantly pumping out content, and I would like to know if it's good or not. I mean, you can see that they like it, but you know, if you make a recipe and you post it, more than likely they're gonna say they like it.
Yeah.
So there's been recipes where I've tested from major bloggers or whatever, and I haven't particularly cared for it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be going through that and testing out. No hate, we love everyone.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal, but we want to go through this journey with you guys, and we want you guys along with us. So maybe we can kind of test out some stuff together. And we're hoping in the future to maybe do some of our recipes, give you our videos, and have you guys test them. If you're as excited as us, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Hit that little bell if you want to be notified of a new video.
Yeah, it's going to be the best way for you to stay on top of it, and hopefully you can start implementing these recipes in your every week or everyday lives.
So welcome to TBH Plant-Based Reviews, and welcome to the Fam Bam.
Thanks for checking us out.
Bye!